Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on today's video and welcome to my channel. In today's story, Opie finds out that her husband has been cheating on her with her best friend. And the situation gets so much worse because obviously this best friend is a horrific person. Luckily, she does get revenge on both of them, so stay tuned for that to find out. And boy, is this story insane. Some of the things that happen in this are just wild and it feels like it's out of some sort of K-drama. But that being said, I do hope that you enjoy it. If you do like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a thumbs up. And before I move on to the story, I just wanted to take a second and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you so much, you guys are so wonderful. And for those that are new, if you do like my content and would like to support me, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button. Anyways, thank you so much for your time and onto the story. I ghosted my husband after I caught him messaging my best friend. Hi, I would just like to say that I'm currently very overwhelmed and just looking for someone to vent to. So yeah, bear with me with spelling and grammar and all. I'm also going to skimp on a lot of details because I know that they are both on Reddit regularly and I hate them. And I don't want them to know I even made this post. At least not yet. So, a little backstory. I met my husband when I was in middle school. My parents were going through a divorce and I started getting bullied at school. My best friend, let's call her H, Hannah for homewrecker. Hannah stood up for me one day when things had gotten really bad at home and I was just letting the kids at school torture me because I couldn't deal with it. Since that day, I have looked at her as some sort of guardian angel. She was smart, pretty, and all-around it girl, and she wanted to be friends with me. Hannah and I had decided to go to the same college, and when we both got accepted, we were over the moon. And it's here where I met my husband. I didn't do so well in my finals, and Hannah decided that she was going to take me out to cheer me up and celebrate the end of the semester. We went to this bar that a lot of the people from my college go to. We had a few drinks or so before Hannah's boyfriend called to let her know that he was there, and she went to meet him out front. That was when my husband Luke came and sat next to me. He sparked up a conversation and we had really just hit it off. I mean, we talked for the rest of the night, and by 3 AM he was asking for my number so that we could go out another time. Now, I hadn't really dated. A few flings and hookups here and there, but he was the first person that I felt like I wanted to get serious with. He was funny, smart, handsome, a bit older than me, but so easy for me to relate to. It wasn't long before we actually did get serious. We blended our friends group and started hanging out all together, which is when I had first noticed that Luke and Anna had started getting close. I had thought nothing of it at the time. In fact, I was actually so happy that the two people I valued so much were getting along so well. But now, I feel like a complete moron. I didn't even think that I could have seen it coming. I mean, we moved in together after a year, and she had a long-term boyfriend. But anyway, we got married after 3. In total, he and I have been together for 11 years. Our entire lives were blended. We had the same friends, we share an apartment, we even adopted a cat. I just can't wrap my head around this. I literally only found those messages because my computer died and I couldn't find my charger and he left the tabs open. They were messaging on Facebook. My husband doesn't even use Facebook. I was in a daze for months. At first, I couldn't believe it. His effing password on his laptop is my birthday. I make fairly good money at my job and I knew that I couldn't stay with him. So I waited. I started looking for a new job and saved for an entire year. I'm sure he didn't notice how distracted and distant I was because he was too busy effing my best friend. I finally found a new place and I immediately made plans for me and my cat to bounce. I took as much as I could in my car while he was at work and drove a whole 2 hours away to my new apartment. I've been so busy just trying to figure out me that I hadn't actually had a moment to take it all in. I'm so angry. It's 3 AM and I'm supposed to be enjoying a long-awaited break, but I'm just so angry. I'm feeling so much right now and it hurts. If they wanted to be together, they could have just left me out of it. Why now? Why not 8 years ago? Why marry me if you so clearly wanted her? Why marry another man if you wanted your best friend's boyfriend? Why continuously lie and betray me but smile at my face as if you both love me? I've blocked the both of them for now, and I know that I'm going to have to go to eventually tell Hannah's husband because he's such a good person and he doesn't deserve this, but I know that I'm just not in my right mind right now. So, first of all, I would like to clarify a few things. I was completely done with Luke and Hannah when I found the messages, specifically because remember when I said that I was getting bullied in middle school? Yeah, it was because my father got caught having an affair with one of the teachers at my school, and her daughter just so happened to be in my grade. I got to witness the destruction of my own family and then bear the punishment of what happened to the other family he destroyed. And my mom stayed with him, despite it not being the first or last time. She quit her job and spent all her time trying to keep a man that just wanted to hurt her. So yeah, I will never forgive or have any sympathy for a cheater. And for those of you wondering, my dad is a narcissist, and he did ruin any relationship that I could have had with any of my other family because they didn't like him. So that's why I didn't have anywhere to go. He was so bad that no one wants anything to do with me or my mom. As for what I had planned to do to Hannah and Luke, I was collecting evidence for a whole year and he had become more reckless as he thought that he was in the clear. My soon-to-be ex-husband has been trying to get to me since he came home. I left my wedding and engagement ring on the island. He's been messaging me through social media for quite some time, begging me to quote-unquote hear him out. Perfect. I need you all to understand that Hannah's husband would chop off parts of himself if it meant making Hannah happy. I had to have more than incriminating messages. So I went to my husband and I told him that if he told me everything, I would consider going to couples counseling. I was lying here. But he did, and I'm not sure how much I believe because he's clearly a liar. He claims that they've been hooking up since the beginning of 2019, which is when we had a really rough patch because he wanted to try for a baby. I was so confused because we had both wanted to be child-free up until that point. He had really been pushing it, and I really didn't want to, especially with the virus. Now that I think about it, it makes sense. He was literally trying to trap me. Everything is in his name because I was building my credit. I would be forced to stay with him even if he got caught. But anyways, I'm going to be taking this confession I recorded straight to Hannah's husband with all of the printouts of the Facebook messages. I will also be making a big group chat for all of the families and friends to see. Here's to messing with the wrong bee. So it's been a hot second since I've been on here and I do have a lot to say. It's only been a month, and since I decided to talk to Hannah's husband, the situation has hit the fan. I finally got the nerves to go and talk to Hannah's husband after talking to a friend who had visited town. She helped me see that it would be easier to tell him and be there for him because I didn't get that when I found out. I went to his house at the time I knew Hannah wouldn't be at home. He was surprised to see me because, and get this, Hannah told him that we had a huge fight because she told her husband that I was cheating on my husband. I forgot to mention that Hannah's husband, I'm going to start calling him Adam, is actually pretty close to Luke. So she told him that I moved basically because I was a coward and was too scared to face my actions. Laughable, I know. Well, I told Adam what really happened, showed him all of my proof, and he thought I was lying. She told him that I would try this because I was jealous of her and what she had with him. I didn't want to show him that recording. I really did not because I know hearing my husband say it was like salt in the wound. I will never forget the heartbroken look in his eyes when he looked up at me. I've never seen him cry, but he cried for over 3 hours. He then told me about all of the stuff that she was talking about me to all of our friends. She has been for years apparently, but as of late, she talked about me like a bee off the street. Then he told me that she was most likely jealous of me because he had admitted to her in high school that he found me attractive. She never said anything about this to me ever, and she had absolutely nothing to worry about because I would never have done that. Also, he said that it was just an innocent crush and he never even thought of acting on it, but he told her because they were trying this open communication thing in their relationship. Because get this, Hannah had got caught cheating and had basically gaslighted him into thinking that it was his fault. She told him that she felt like she could never talk to him about anything and she felt like he was getting close to me. I found that weird because 1, we have never been close, and 2, she never told me anything. But according to Adam, Hannah is so insecure in her relationship about me. She thinks that he and I are the perfect couple. We have nothing in common other than the fact that both of us are black. So not only is she a lying person, but she's a lying racist. I went home sort of in a daze. I honestly did not know how to feel about any of that. A small part of me was begging Hannah to have a reason for hurting me this way. Like maybe I did something to hurt her and she never told me. But nope, I have nothing to do with that. She just did this because she could. I had been sulking over that these past few days, and then yesterday I got a call from the hospital. I was lost because why would the health center be calling me? At first I thought that it was a scam, but they left me a voicemail, and the rest of this will be a story that will be a retelling from my ex. Apparently, Adam went to my house a day or so after I met with him. He came banging on the door and fist punched my ex in the face, and then Adam told Luke that he didn't deserve me. After that, Adam proceeded to tell him that he and I were now dating and that we were going to be celebrating being without them at the ski resort come Christmas. This is Luke's favorite thing to do on his birthday in December. Luke just let him do that and apologized to him the whole time. But after he went to his room, he swallowed a whole bunch of pills and woke up in an ambulance. Someone had called 911. I assumed the neighbors because of the commotion with Adam, but now he's on watch at the hospital. Now, I want to specify that I will not be getting back with my husband ever in this lifetime. He broke my trust in a way that is irredeemable, and I don't want to be with someone I can't trust with my heart. However, as of now, I am trying to be there for him. I might hate him, but I also still love him so much for a reason I can't explain. I'm still going to be divorcing him, but as of right now, I just need him to be okay. Beyond that, I have since exposed Hannah to all of our friends and family. She called me 30 times one day and sent me a flood of messages. She switched between begging me to talk to her and telling me that I ruined her life and that she hates my guts, to saying that I ruined our friendship over a man and blah blah blah. Girl, you're delusional and I don't care. And since I know you're going to see this post just like the last, I'm way prettier, kind, hardworking, and more compassionate than you'll ever be. Luke went to you because you made yourself available. Your husband wanted me because you're too much of a selfish, raging bee to treat him like your boyfriend and not your doormat. You're a coward, a user, and an evil person. I'm not going to block you because I enjoy watching you spiral in my messages, but you really need to seek help. So guys, what did you think about this? Please let me know in the comments down below. I just want to start off by saying that how on earth can people be like that? How do you go years? I can't even go a few days acting so insincerely with someone, but how do you go years despising someone and then being their quote-unquote best friend to their face? Like what? What is wrong with you? Why would you do that? I can't understand people. Hannah honestly sounds like a sociopath. At the very least, this girl needs a lot of therapy to go through all of the negative emotions she has. That being said, I'm so glad that OP is out of that toxic environment, but I am a little worried. Her husband does seem to be emotionally manipulating her towards the end, and I understand that OP was pretty adamant that she would not go back, but I sincerely hope that she sticks to that. I don't know, what do you guys think? I am a little worried about her, towards the end. And they haven't updated since then, so we really don't know what happens. I hope that she sticks to her guns and that she doesn't go back to him. I don't think she will, but that being said, her husband really pulled a slimy move. It feels like he thought that he could get away with everything, and then when things started crumbling around him, he took the easy way out. Anyways, what did you guys think? Do you think that he pulled a really bad move, or do you think that his reaction was justified for some reason? I don't know, please let me know in the comments down below. If you did like the story, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a thumbs up. And please subscribe if you'd like to hear more stories from Reddit with updates.